Good afternoon. Today is the 26th of July and this is part 7 of the slightly shambolic shuffle around Festival of the Unexceptional 2025. I do apologise in advance for any incorrect information, if I fall over, if there's wind noise, if I get interrupted by announcements. And also viewers, we don't talk about deals on this channel. So we'll start off at this far end here. We've gone right to the far end of this part with this bay window Volkswagen 78-79 registration on a T with the Porsche 911 Fuchs alloy wheels on it. See being used effectively for having a picnic in there. Next we've got this X300 Jaguar XJ Sport 96-97 registration with a cream leather interior. Not so much of the sort of beige leather and wood in a Sport. It tends to be for the things like the Sovereign and the executive models. Nice colour though. So we have a SLK here, probably a 230 compressor I imagine actually, this one. Someone else has been drinking champagne and things in here. Drove one of these actually last year. It belongs to Steam from Students for Wheels channel. It's a silver one though, also a 99. Subaru Brat, excellent. This is based on the previous generation of Subaru that was in production at the time. The sort of DL and GLs were the generation on in this country. This is based on the previous, what was called the Leone in many places. But they continued the Brat on this previous design until about 1994. This particular one is about 1988-89 on an F. In America, they came with the seats in the boot, didn't they? Then they have Type R EP3 Civic 2003. Excellent. I haven't seen too many of the shape of Civic actually around here. Next we've got something very nice. A Renault Super Sank. This is a 88-89 in F 1.7 GTX. I mean I prefer a Monaco, that would be even better viewers, but I mean this will do, won't it? It'll do very nicely. Next an X100 XKR. Not quite beige enough for me viewers, it's more like an oyster in that one. Then 2001 BMW 735i. That's better viewers. Yes, a beige leather interior with wood. I do like a nice beige leather interior viewers, particularly if the car's dark green like this one is. Next we've got an R53 Mini Cooper. This is a Cooper S Checkmate edition from 2006, before the dreadful Prince engine was fitted to the cars, and well, you know about my opinion of Prince engine viewers. Not something we like to talk about on the channel. Right, another 940. Got so many 940s here today. The most common cars seem to be 940s and also Peugeot 205s. Seen many examples of both so far today. That's an SE Turbo, very nice. Suzuki Wagon R Plus 2004 to 5. Yeah, well, you know, this car is over 20 years old, so why not? Next we've got this big old SL 2004, complete with a beige leather interior. Someone is definitely kind of enthusiastic about beige leather at this show, and it's not just me. 1981 DeLorean DMC 12. I was hoping we'd see one of these here today, viewers, and it seems that I'm not disappointed. Beautiful. Next you've got an Mark 1 MR2. I drove one of these recently actually. Well, this was for sale. 87-88 registration. Call Andy on 07973 393 277. As Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says, this could be yours. Don't know what price that is, never mind. BMW E36 328i convertible, possibly a BMW fleet plate actually. A lot of them were on Reading plates back in the day. Not now, but BMW was always registered on Reading plates for some reason. I think it's because they're based in Farnborough. Then we've got a 2000 Renault Megane Coupe 1.6 Monaco. Interesting wheels someone's put on this. Not the first Mark 1 Megane we've seen. We've seen quite a few of them actually. It won't be the last probably either. So 1998-1999 Mercedes-Benz C230 compressor, the W202 shape, right next to a Ford Cortina Mark 5. I drove one of these in 2023 and it's been a very, very successful video indeed. It's 1.6 GL, this is a 1.6L, which is a bit lower than the GL. 8182 plate. Then I've got another one of these Civics, which is before the EG Civic. Gnarly steering wheel. 1990-1991 registration. Citroen AX GT Sportif. Interesting colours on this. Is that a standard specification? Or what? I don't know. 92-93 plate. Successor model here is the Saxo. This is a 2000, a facelifted one. I passed my test in one of these. It wasn't a facelift one like this, it was a pre-faced. It was a 1.1 SX from 1996. Another 996 911, this is a Carrera 4. I drove one of these, but it was a Carrera 2, also a Tiptronic like this car, in 2022 in Scotland in the snow. It was entertaining. Another AX here. Those indicators have been changed for earlier ones. There we go. Someone wants to buy that. It's not actually an advert. It's just somebody desperate to buy a 1.1 Echo from 94-95. Mark 5 Golf GTI. I mean, these are getting on for 20 years old now, a lot of these. So I suppose it's obviously eligible, isn't it? It came out first in somewhere in late 2003. So Morris Marina, this is actually a very late one. It's a 1980 car, this one. Did we see this at BMC Leyland show the other week? I'm not sure actually. 1700 HL, so I think we call it a Smart 3 Marina. 1999 Audi A3 1.6, absolutely eligible, first unexceptional. This is a base model one. 1.6 was the lowest powered engine in these. I drove one of these on the channel blog to a friend of mine back in 2019. It was a long time ago now. 1986 Ford Capri 1.6 Laser. Now I actually filmed a video of this back in 2019 it was. This car has since been fully restored, and Dan, who owns this, has several Capris actually. He likes them. I don't blame him. Mazda MX-6. Now, I wanted to drive one of these in 2023, but didn't have an MOT, so I just had to do a walk around of it. 2.5 V6. Very similar car to the Ford Probe, and also built, I think, Flat Rock, Michigan was where these were built. It's a shame I couldn't drive it, because I'd like to have a go with something like this here at some point. There we go, 95-96 registration. Another 202 C-Class, C180 Elegance, 997. Not huge amounts of more to say about this, really, viewers.
Everywhere.
So, 1994-1995 Unos Roadster. The most common type of MX-5 we're seeing is the imported one for some reason. Not quite sure why that is. So we've got an A-Class here, 2002.
Yeah.
This is an A190, which is the top of the range one, Elegance. So we'll move down here. Fun YouTube channel, Martin Mechanical Machines. Okay, viewers not heard of that one before. 2003 to 4 Ford Focus Inc. This is a special edition. I don't think I've ever heard of one of these before, to be honest. Driven quite a few of it. Driven like 3 on the channel so far, the Mark 1s. 2 hatchbacks and an estate. I should try a saloon, shouldn't I, next? Mark 6 Celica, 2005. One of the last ones. They finished production in 2006, I think, and then there were no more Celicas, which is a shame because I like Celicas very much, viewers. I've been driven a crazy one from 88 recently. It was a turbo. 2000 MGF. an A turbo channel. So Richard and his brother must be here somewhere around here. They have a lovely selection of cars, the NA turbo chaps. Really good. I've got some more coming up, I think, soon, that they've kindly offered me to drive. So, 2002 to 3 W330 CI, E46. Then we've got a 106 1.1 XN with a nice personal plate. 4-speed gearbox and no rev counter. That's the way they like them if that's exceptional. Not personally what I like, but you know, some people do. 1996-97 Fiat Punto Cabrio by Bertone. Always reminds me of these cars of Bugs, you know, the old series from the 90s, where the first series, what was her name? Jay Griffiths drove one of these. 1967 Triumph GT6 Mark 1. I think they came out, what, 66 for GT6 originally? Something like that. And then the final Vauxhall Cavalier, so a 1.8 Classic, they're called these. This is here like every single year at the event. I did a very similar one of these, actually, back in 2021. 1.6 Classic, it was on No Budget Reviews. The owner's still got that, I think, as far as I know. R50 Mini Cooper, 2003. And then a very late Sierra, 92. I think the Sierra's finished, end of 92. On a K this one is, so right at the end. I think that's an Azura, isn't it? Something like that. I'm going to be cautious about this Land Rover, and we're going to skip on to this Renault 21, viewers. Pre-facelift, 1.7 Special. So do we have the transversal, the longitudinal engine? We got the transverse engine this time because the 2 litres had it a different way around. I mean, the only cars I think I've ever heard of which has both. And this is, yes, it's the car we're going to be driving quite soon. It's an A turbo one. Excellent. Fabulous, viewers. I'm looking forward to it very, very much. Yes. Oh, viewers. This is the kind of thing we like an awful lot. I think it's an 88, this one. T3 Volkswagen Transporter. Water-cooled one. The air-cooled ones I think were discontinued about 1983, so that'll be a water-cooled one. 1990 to 1991 Peugeot 205 Roland Garros. Yes, please, viewers. I mean, I prefer a Gentry, but Roland Garros is still pretty good. Look at these seats. Unbelievable. But I think these are 1.4s, the Gentry's are 1.9s from memory. Then we've got a nice Volvo. This could be a V90, it could be 960, it sort of depends really. I have to see. That is a V90 from 97, 98, right at the end. I think they discontinued early 98. Go on past the BX2 with this MGF, 1999 plate, Mark II MGF with a beige leather interior and wood. Unusual. Most of them have like a black interior on the MGFs. Another Alpha here, 1999 to 2000 GTV. I've only ever driven a 1916 Alpha, which was a 2-litre JTS Spider. This is a 3-litre V6 GTV. Another Renault 4. Gosh, they're actually breeding here today. There's tons of them here. This is a right-hand drive one as well. 85, 86 on a C. You could buy a Renault 4 and a Renault 5 together for many, many years, of course. Like you can now. Though the electric one's a bit different, isn't it? Anyway, another T3 Volkswagen here. 1985, 1986 on a C. Another Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow.
Managed to get in between snarls and he didn't look
Mr. Pink and his son is on the way out. Is that Mr. Bill? No, it's not Mr. Bill.
He's doing it now.
There we go. Teach your child to drive in a Sinclair C5. Silver Shadow 2, 1977-78. Is that really how much I want for it? £7,500? Honestly, like, they are not that expensive, these cars at the moment, for some reason. You can pick them up for under 5,000 if you're feeling very brave as Silver Shadow. But yeah, 7778 that one. Oh, cool. 07525 000043. There we go. Good number that. Rover 100 1995 96 registration. This one is a Kensington. It's probably a 111 or 114. Metro Quest 1.4 Li. Someone's changed rear lights about at some point, haven't they? 1994, 1995 on an M. Another Alfa Romeo 33. Earlier one this time. See, you've got Alfa Romeo on a wing mirrors. I wonder why they did that. I don't mind it, it's just interesting. It's a 33 1.5, 8586 plate on a C. BMW 320, not 320i, 320, early E21. 1978-79 registration. Next, you've got another W202. This is a probably C8 180 Classic. This ought to be pre-facelift. Yeah, the pre-facelift ones of these were very basic. The C180 Classics, 95-96. Talking of basic, we've got a very basic Mark II Polo here. Polo C. Gosh, no power steering, no brake servo, and yeah, a bit tricky to drive these, to be honest. My family owned tons of these, and we owned 3 of them, I think. Various people. Ford Orion, 1989, I think, probably from the Republic of Ireland with a plate like that. It's been re-registered, possibly. What is it, like 1.6L or something? Yeah, 1.6L. There we go. Brilliant. And then a Chrysler Avenger 1.6 LS Estate. Now, I drove an Avenger, also a Chrysler, in 2023. It was a saloon. This one's got a Ford Type 9 5-speed manual in it, for some reason. I like these very much. We like this sort of thing. Then we've got a couple of other cars over here. 1989 to 90 Mini 30. Probably an 89, I imagine. Yeah, Mini 30 from Market Deeping, which is just around the corner from here. Then 1979. Right, viewers, I did have a sneeze. There we go. What a professional channel we have. Vauxhall Royale Coupe, 1978-79, 3-24 valve. Now, Mr. Charles from the Grand Thrift Auto channel actually has one of these. I should take a photograph for him and send it to him. Oh, viewers, this is the sort of thing we like. Obviously, the newer version, the Monza, we did actually see a bit earlier on. Someone's put different alloy wheels on one of these, and the dashboard's very different actually in this from the Monza. Because the A2 Monzas have digi-dashes in them. W124 here. Someone specified a beige leather interior when they ordered this back in the late 1980s. Excellent, viewers. 260E. And then a very nice Toyota Camry. Deleted GLI 8687 registration. I think we've seen this before somewhere, viewers. I can't remember where, but that is the sort of thing we like rather a lot. Right, viewers, this is out something else. Keep going. Right, V70 P80 2.4, 99 to 2000 registration. Very nice. Probably like an, I don't know, a CD model perhaps? Not quite sure. Right, we're going to be careful about that Peugeot, viewers. In fact, we're going to have a look at this Alfa instead. First of all, we might return to the Peugeot in a bit. So, 2002 Alfa 147. There's not that many of these left, really, are there? I don't see a lot. I think they've rusted quite badly. That's probably what it was. Now, amazingly, this 407 is actually a petrol one. I don't know what model it is or anything. I mean, they came out about 2004. I do prefer, though, personally, the 406s. Probably a lot of you will agree with me about that. Excellent, viewers. More Rover Tomcat action. Another one with the K series in it, with the rounded dash. I wonder if this is the 1.8 VVC version, possibly. I don't know. Might be. Next we've got this 1998-1999 Citroen Saxo Open Scandal. Yes, Open Scandal. Not a lot of equipment really, windy windows and no rev counter and things like that, but if you wanted to know what a Citroen Saxo Open Scandal looks like, then here you go. Quite a bright colour as well. Next to this 71 Mini with one wing mirror, because apparently that's all you need. It's Mini 1000. 1992 Mini. That's been made to look a bit older than it is, with the interior being changed as well. Then a 406 Coupe. 2001. 2 litre 5-speed manual. Sort of base model coupe. Interesting. Not seen one of these before that way. Citroen BX Athena. Is this a petrol one, viewers? I do hope so. Yes, it is. Excellent. Good. This Athena looks very nice, actually. It looks like a very luxurious model. 91, 92 on a J. Very nice. And then a Peugeot 504 from 1978-79. That is very nice, viewers, indeed. That's absolutely beautiful. It's a GL. Peugeot a fait confiance à Issel. 1994-1995 106 Roland Garros. So we've had a 205 Roland Garros, and here's a 106 Roland Garros. Excellent, viewers. We're doing well today, aren't we, with this sort of thing? Very good. So a 205 Junior, late one, 1993-94. Next to this CX Series 2, it's a 22, this one. The Croisette, a Croisette in Cannes. There we go, 22 TRS with ABS, 88-89. Fabulous. The Seat Arossa S, probably a 1 litre, with wheels from, I don't know, like a Polo or Lupo or something. I drove one of these quite recently. It was exceptionally slow. Only got 50 horsepower, so it's not really a surprise, is it? Then, very, very nice. A Mark 5B Escort. It's like an RS2000 or something. It looks like it might be. Oh, yes, it is. Excellent. 94-95 registration. Late Mark 5B. Then we've got something that's not actually a spec car. We've got a Toyota Crown Royal Saloon from 2001, complete with sort of all the luxury minus leather, because apparently Japanese don't like leather interiors very much or something. I don't know, viewers. Who knows? Next we've got a Suzuki Ignis 2003. This is the kind of thing that's going to increasingly feature, if that's exceptional, for quite some time to come, I do believe. Something like this. Mark II Megane 2005, 1.6 with the round bottom. Excellent. Citroen 2CV, 87-88 on an E. This is the Special. I'm sure it's very special. We can't talk about that, and we can't talk about that. So we're going to go on to the next row. A big bumper Mark II Golf GTI 16 valve. One of these sold recently at auction for £38,000 in oak green. These are exceptionally valuable cars now. Has to be a big bumper, has to be a GTI, has to be a 16, has to be a 3-door. You want the maximum return on your investment, of course. Next, we've got a Metro 1.3 HLE 82-83 on a Y, just after they stopped calling them the Mini Metro. That badging's finished in 1982. Then we've got another 190E, although I don't think we've seen Simon from Lot 76 cars. He's had a few problems with 190E today.
I can do it.
90 to 1991 on an H. Another Golf, this time a G60. It's got G60 and GTI badges on it. I imagine it must be a G60 because it's left-hand drive, and the G60s were only left-hand drive. Next we've got another XJ40 with a cinema screen headlamps, this one here, and a beige leather interior and wood. Fabulous. We like that sort of thing, viewers. It's a Sovereign. Next we've got it's just not going to run by the C5. Next we've got a Hyundai X2 Pony. This has been at Festival Unexceptional before. It used to be owned by a lady called Amber from the 24/7 channel, whom I know. I can't remember who owns it now. I actually drove another one of these in 2022. It was a red one that belongs to Mr. Young, who I think is about to post back on the road. This particular one, 1991, 1992. So the successor model was the Accent, which is this one. This is a Mark 1. It's in very nice condition. I drove one of these years ago. This is a GLSI, so 97, 98 registration. 2001 range of a P38. It says 2000, presumably that's the year it was made and then registered 2001. 4.6 V8. I drove one of these actually last year. It was extremely thirsty. Interesting, but extremely thirsty, and I was afraid something was going to go wrong with it as well. Didn't particularly, but there we go. Oh, a Wartburg. Excellent, viewers. Say 1988. This particular one with, I think, the old two-stroke in it. Appropriate plate, C20 Day Air. Then Volvo 480 ES, the third 480 we've seen. 94, 95 registration. Quite late actually. 1995 was about the last year they made these. I can't remember whether this streetwise is Sunspot monogram yellow or just trophy yellow. Someone in the comment section below, by all means, do tell me, because I can't quite remember the colour, which one this is. Right, classic Range Rover. Hopefully this is like a V8 or something. If I guess it probably will be then. 1989, 1990. That I know we can't talk about. We're going to go and have a look at this Triumph 1300 instead. So, drove one of these. It's almost identical to this, or a different colour possibly. It's a 69er one I drove last year. It was pretty good actually. This is a 68. The only problem is with these, the brakes aren't particularly good. There's no servo on them unless you have a TC model. Apart from that, pretty good really. Toyota Previa, 92, 93 on a K, which is good. It's a GL model. And a Maxi. I'm surprised we haven't seen any more of these actually. We've only seen this one. So 1978, 1979 on a T. It's 1750 model. Then a Mark 6 Mini, 95, 96 on an N. This is the, I think this is the sidewalk model, is it? I don't know, can't remember. Right, it's not fall over or anything here, views. Another Peugeot 106, this is the facelifted one. An XN, so base model. Someone's elected not to put any wheel trims on this, of course, because you suppose you don't have to. But I would prefer that if it were possible. Let's just finish this road, viewers, before I make any other indiscretions. Skoda Felicia Estate GLI, probably with the 1.3 engine, the old OHV Skoda engine. You can also get a 1.6 Volkswagen engine, but that was relatively rare. Next we've got this Volvo 480.
So I've just had a trawl around the modern car park just to see things really.
Very proud of catalytic converters Volvo in the early 90s. This is just an ES, limited edition, 93, 94. But another Honda Beat. You've actually seen two of these today. Normally you don't see any Honda Beats at an event. So I'm very happy to see one of these. What I need to see now is a Suzuki Cappuccino. That'll be even better. So we've got a Proton here, not called Basaga in this country. That's a name that's been applied retrospectively to, even though they were called that in Malaysia and other places. This has been known as a Proton 1.5 SE Aeroback. It'd be a 1992, this car. Triple valves came in 91, I think. The facelifted ones, which came in a bit later, looked very different from this actually. Then we will finish on this car, which I've also driven on the channel. It was on No Budget Reviews. I think it was last year. A 2002 Fiat Punto Mark II, which actually wasn't too bad actually. It was pretty good. I bumped into the owner actually today. So there we go. Anyway, that's it for this part. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below. We shall see you again in the next part for some more incorrect information.